and welcome to episode 1 and quite possibly the first and the last episode, but we'll see. Let's give this a shot. My name is Valerie, or Valérie. In fact, I wasn't even sure if I should film this in English or in French. I apologize for my congested sounding voice. I just had a sneezing attack. I don't know, I've been kicking up dust trying to clear the space and find some of my whips that I wanted to talk about. So I think that the first thing I want to say is that I've had such a tremendous amount of joy from watching other makers, just basically enjoying their knitting diaries, and I've been wanting to participate in this sort of correspondence, and I actually considered basically just filming this and making it private and sending the URL to a handful of people at the very most. But who knows? I know how inspired I get sometimes to basically stop doom scrolling and pick up my knitting or carve out, 20 minutes in the morning before work to do a few rows. And I think that if ever I'm able to inspire someone else to do that, or to feel some motivation to be creative after maybe a dry spell, then, I might as well make this a public video. So the sun is setting. It's not even 4:30. I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible. I'm going to start with what I'm wearing. This color work yoke features spinning wheels. This was something that I designed back honestly, I can't even remember, maybe 2012. And I named it Fileuse. It's the French word for spinner. And it's knit out of a fingering weight yarn. I cannot remember. Actually, I think it's SweetGeorgia yarns, maybe. I'd have to, anyways, I will put things in the notes below just in case it interests anybody. But anyways, it's a free pattern. It's not graded very well. There are very few sizes. I think I had just done basically a small, medium, large, extra large. And because it's a free pattern, there's not a tremendous budget for the type of tech editing and guidance that I would need to expand those sizes. I'm not a designer. I'm just a knitter who likes to take notes. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe in the near future I'll be able, I'd like to think before retirement I could find the time to basically educate myself and study knitwear grading to the point where I'd be able to make this flattering on a really wide variety of shapes. So I'm just going to go in order of what's on the top of the pile. And here we have the Sweetest Mouse Bag by Rose and the Wren. I love these Haya snips. I keep them on a number of project bags. And these are the Imlexis socks, and this is the DK version of this pattern. And I've knit them basically using ice cream colored scraps of Koigy Kersti, which isn't a sock yarn. But I think that as long as I wear them inside of my slippers rather than my shoes, I'm hoping that I don't wear through them really quickly. I nearly always knit a short row heel or a forethought heel or an afterthought heel or a fish lips kiss heel, because I wear through the heels on all of my socks in a really short amount of time, and I need to be able to rip them out and knit them again. So you'll see that I often, if a pattern calls for a flat bend gusset, I'll switch that around for something that's a little bit more replaceable or repairable. Anyways, because these are scraps. I'm making these in different colors, but they're all, like, I mean, they're going to be very similar. I absolutely love this cable design. Now, I have a terrible habit of knitting socks. So because I knit them in tandem usually, I've lost count now, the number of times this has happened. I knit one sock using one size needle and the other in a different size. So this one I know already that that's what happened. So my cable portion is actually a little bit narrower than on the other. Regardless, they will block out fine. They always block out fine, despite the different sizes. So again, the Imlexis socks, these are by Eden of Kraken Maid, and I believe she's on a hiatus from vlogging and designing, but these are available on, I want to say they are available on Ravelry. Okay, this beautiful bag is by Tanya of the Logstead. I have to show this actually. Look at this patchwork. And then the back is like a wool felt blend. And then you've got an antique or vintage button. I'm so sorry for the creaking chair, seriously. I will call this the creaking chair. The creaking chair podcast. So it folds over into a clutch. Anyways, I love this thing so much. And I love to match the colors to projects. So this is the Adia, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, the Adia pullover by Nidhi Kansal. And I had previously finished this and I had knit it cropped. And very cropped. So it looked really nice with dresses, but I'm just not wearing dresses very much these days. I work from home half the week, so I'm in pants pretty much all the time. So I ended up ripping, basically undoing my bind off and casting back on, and I'm going to be going on for I want to say at least 4 inches. And what's happened is I could not for the life of me decide if I wanted to continue on with the lace pattern or basically frame it off with the ribbing. So I'm going to be doing basically like a ribbing frame at the bottom. This lovely, oh yeah, look at this. This lovely progress keeper here is, there you go, a lit candle. And it was hand painted by Eden of Kraken Maid. Anyways, so hopefully in the next few weeks I'll have gotten like the last 4 inches or so that are needed. Actually, this is, I don't know why the camera's like this. Let's see, yeah. So I'm almost there. And I'll be able to wear it with jeans. The yarn is, I think this is Brooklyn Tweed. And it's a discontinued one. I cannot remember what it is actually, but if I can find it, I will add it in the notes. But yeah, it's discontinued. So I knit with discontinued yarns a lot. My stash is at least 20 years old, so there's quite a bit that isn't in stores anymore. And I love a good bargain too. So yeah, sale yarn is often discontinued yarn. Oh yes, see, this is what I love about doing, you know, some cataloging of old whips. I'd completely forgotten about this. I'm gonna have to look up what this top is called. Oh geez, this chair. I am not gonna use this chair next time. So you can see like a beautiful chevron lace pattern with a rib that goes all around. So I have, actually I'm gonna find out what this is called right here so I can show you. Okay, I found it. Yes, so this is the Zia pullover by Kassije. Okay, I'm gonna say Kassije, It's Kassije, and I am going to put this in the show notes. And I just need to show you the beautiful, this is the designer's photo. I don't know if this even works. Can I show? Yes, I can. There we go. How lovely is this? So my yarn is a superwash merino by Crux Fibres, and also discontinued. I think this is going to be a recurring pattern, but I don't think anyone's going to be seeing my stuff and running out to the yarn store anyway. So yeah, so I'm going to pick up for the collar soon. I think I'm almost there for the length. And then the sleeves, so I don't know, I may wait until the spring. There's something spring, like it's a bit of a lilac gray. It doesn't show up, it shows up more gray than lilac here, but there's some really nice purpley tones that, I don't know, I feel like it would be really pretty come March or April to wear them. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, this is a very old shawl. I think maybe I cast this on in 2019, maybe. And it has the most beautiful shell. There we go. Oh, you know, I'll turn it around this way. Yeah. Almost like a shell pattern that is interspersed with garter stitch. It's a triangle shawl by Olivia of This Handmade Life, and I adore this project. I don't even know why it was buried in there. Oh my goodness. Aha, I found it. Actually, you know what? It was published in 2019, so that sounds about right. This is called Under the Willow Shawl. So again, by Olivia of This Handmade Life. And unfortunately my needle, actually, yeah, I'm mid-row here, which makes it not ideal to show off, but it is a triangle shawl, and yeah. How pretty is this? Oh, and another one of Eden's Progress Keepers. I've gotten this one all fluffy, but it is basically Kraken tentacles with a treasure charm in the middle. How sweet is that? I love this. There's something about, like, there's a bit of a seascape feel to the gray blue of the yarn. I love it. Okay. All right, this is another sweater. I don't know how I came to have 4 sweaters on the go at once. I used to be the most monogamous of knitters, and that is no longer the case. Okay, this lovely yarn is by Tofino Knit Co, and it's I think it's a BFL. Yeah, I think it's a BFL yarn, and it is in the colorway Beachcombing, but I did pair it with basically an undyed strand of mohair, so it's giving it a beautiful halo. You can see the squish. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. The pattern is Cathedral, not Cathedral, there's no H, or it's like Cathedral in French, but actually Cathedral in French does have an H, so in Spanish maybe it doesn't. So Cathedral by Claudia Q, and this is actually a bottom-up sweater, but because I have a very limited amount of this yarn, I wanted to knit it top down, and rather than trying to reverse the yoke patterning for the lace, I decided to do a provisional cast on. So I'm going to knit bottom up the lace yoke, and then I'm going to put the provisional cast on back on the needles, and then knit down until I run out of yarn. And this is why I did the sleeves first. Actually, I wanted to make sure that my sleeves could fit. Look at these fun progress keepers. So this was how I was basically keeping track of my decreases for the sleeve, and these are all Progress Keepers by Eden of Cracking Maid. I absolutely adore them. I mean, I can't even pick a favorite. Maybe the quilt square. I don't know. Look at these little rain clouds with like hearts and raindrops and lightning. Oh my goodness. I just love them. Okay. Earlier, I had this Handmade Life shawl to show you, and this is a Handmade Life bag. I love it because of the little cardinals. I consider this a bit of a winter bag, but it's not really Christmassy, so I use it all year round. Yes, this is my Autumn Alpine by Caitlin Hunter of Boyle Knitworks. And again, I basically stopped working on this in the summer, and I really need to pick it back up. I had done a good amount of progress. The yarn is by the Wool Seeker, and it is called, it's her BFL base. I love BFL. I prefer it, I think, even over merino. But yeah, I know that the color is called Wafted Feather. And Sephora, that's the name of the base. So this is the Wool Seekers Sephora base in Wafted Feather. And then the like oatmeal cream color is by Cozy Posy. I think so, Cozy Posy Knits. And it's just a really plump DK merino. And I cannot remember the colorway name. If I can find it, I'll put it down below. Okay, so this has been my stationary cycling project. I love watching the progress that the Crazy Sock Lady makes on her treadmill. So she walks, I'm assuming she's not jogging, but she walks and she knits. And so I basically have started again hooking a project bag onto the handle of my stationary bike, and yeah, going to town. So trying to see how much progress I can make while exercising. So this bag was made by my mom. I had asked to see if she could make me some nylon, and this is ripstop nylon too, which makes it quite a bit harder for any needle to poke through. But it's nice and slippery, so I know that this is a single ply merino that would maybe be prone to pilling if there was a lot of friction. So the slippery bag helps to prevent that. Yeah, so this is a a shawl, like a really, really wide scarf that I had started designing, I don't know, 9 years ago maybe. And this pattern will never see the light of day. I'm coming to accept this, but it's basically a series of wildflowers. Can you see here? There you go, and they shift. Wildflowers. It's a floral lace pattern, so they shift, and then they go to basically a clover shape, and then a simple eyelet, and then it just fades into plain stockinette, or I should say reverse stockinette. The reverse side for this is the right side, and then the border is basically kind of like a bit of a figure 8 lace pattern that with garter stitch. So yeah, I had started writing this. I've got charts written up, but I tried making sense of them recently, and I don't know what I was thinking. I've got dots for pearls that should be knits, and nothing where there should be dots for pearls, and I'm just all mixed up. I think that if I finish this, you know, if it can be done within 10 years of having started it, I'll be happy. It'll make a really nice gift, I think, at Christmas time. I know who I'm going to be gifting this to, or at least who I hope to gift this to. And then I've still got quite a ways to go because, yeah, I think I want to double its length. And it's not, I mean, it's not short by any means. Let's see here. Oh, that's the wrong side. There we go. So, I don't know. Maybe I've got 1.5 meters. So, we'll see. I think it's such lovely yarn. It's also discontinued. It was by Viola of, I think it's called Viola in the Moon. And I wish she was still dyeing yarn. I absolutely loved every colorway she's ever made, but I've got a good stash to keep me busy, more than I'll ever probably be able to knit in a lifetime. Yeah, so hopefully this will be finished before Christmas and I'll be able to show you what it looks like before I wrap it up. All right, so speaking of Christmas, I have been knitting the same Christmas socks for 3 years, and every year I take it out in December and get really close to, or at least what I feel is really close to finishing, and then I fall short terribly and then I put them away until next year. So this is my, I want to say my 3rd time, but it might be actually the 4th time, so the 4th year that I've taken these excuse me, that I've taken these out. But let me show you how close these are to being done. I mean, they're practically finished. So obviously this is my finished one here. It's a self-striping yarn by, oh, why do I have a blank? I'm gonna put it here. I don't even know yet how to add text to video, but I will, and I will add the name of this yarn dyer because her self-striping yarn, I'm sure you know her. I'm sure someone is like screaming at their phone going, Val, you need to know who this is, but I'll add it. Anyway, so it's beautiful vintage Christmas colorway. I adore them. They are overly stretchy because of the mohair, but honestly, they're going to be so much more durable for me. And I mean, especially the fact that I wear through heels so quickly. But yeah, so this is, I mean, look how close I am, seriously. I think I'm like, have I even started the ribbing? I've started the ribbing for the cuff. So I don't know. Honestly, I think maybe like one sit down session and these are going to be done. But I am going to leave them until at least December before I attempt to finish the cuff, just because I want them to be, I want there to be some snow outside. And I mean, we had a green Christmas last year. I live in a central part of Ontario, Canada, so we've had very snowy Christmases in the past and recently not so much, so we'll see. But if we can get some snow in December, I will be so happy to pick this back up on that day. Okay, I'm gonna stay with socks just for one more, and honestly, I think that'll be enough for today. I'm sure you've seen enough already, but these are the ones that I wanted to show because they're so close to being done. Well, closer than the other pair. These are my Queenslander socks in the, this one is in the fingering weight. I've got, the Queenslander socks are available both in fingering and in worsted. And I've got a pair of worsted that I wear as slipper socks, and they're cozy, but these are a gift and they are a really nice plump fingering by the Wool Seeker. I think this is called her, this was her, it's her Lydia base. I think it's called her plump sock. And anyways, I love the they're called Queenslander because of the traditional Queenslander house trims in Queensland, Australia. I've got a sister who lives out there, and I don't know, these make me think of her. So the yarns are from a advent calendar that I had a number of years ago, and I mean they're both Christmassy and not. Just, I absolutely adore them. So I don't know how you feel about acquisitions. I do enjoy seeing what people have coming in the mail. Now we have a postal strike here in Canada, so there really isn't anything coming in the mail. I know I've sent some things out that are stuck halfway on their way to the recipients, but I did, before the strike happened, receive this envelope from Nettle and Twig, and I love Maddie's art. It's lovely folksy illustrations, and she has a Patreon, and Patreon members, there's different tiers, but there's a tier to receive monthly stickers, and I have been waiting to open this actually for some time, because they're I'm assuming this is the December, I think it's the December stickers. It does say Merry Christmas. Oh, how sweet are these? Okay, I love stickers. I love anything that has to do with paper. I've collected vintage fountain pens since like 2003, 2004. So I love to decorate my journals and my planner, and these are so darling. Look at that. Some of these are going to go on my Christmas parcels. I cannot get over how cute these are. Oh my gosh, these are numbered. I'm so excited. I am putting together an advent calendar for my husband. These little houses made of paper, and I mean, you fold them yourself, and they need numbers. So actually, maybe I'll insert a little bit of B-roll folding some paper houses. All right, I have so many more whips, and I am going to run out of light, so maybe I'll have to make another one. I don't know. Maybe there'll be another episode after all. So thank you for watching, and thank you for making videos. If you make some yourself, feel free to share your YouTube channel in the comments. I am always looking for new makers to watch. And I hope you have a really nice, cozy end of your day.